what if we made a team entirely consisting of catchers? Is that the right sentence to say? Consisting of catchers? Anyways, didn't script that one out. But we're going to make a team. It's going to be all catchers, and we're going to see how they do. We're going to do the Toronto Blue Jays. That's a shout out to friend and supporter of the channel, William, who requested this video after making a very generous charity donation to my Team Fox. We're going to go ahead and say okay there. I just restarted, so I'm getting like those pop-ups that like annoying pop-ups I haven't turned off, which you computer nerds will be like, dude, just do this. But anyways, I got to record when I can record, and I didn't want to wait 5 minutes for all these to go through. Anyways, William made a generous donation to the charity thing that I plug each year for Team Fox for Parkinson's research. I think it was last year's. I think I've owed him this for a year. Sorry for taking so long to get to it, but we're going to make it worth your while, hopefully, William, and make this a fun video. So it's going to be all catchers. We're going to use the Blue Jays. And we're starting with the 2023 season, so it's like the out of the park 24 default. So, like Alek Manoah is still here and like super good. Wow. I wonder if there's going to be a player who will have a 1 season rating drop as much as Manoah will be next year in the game that's going to come out in this spring, out of the park 25. So we're going to take the Blue Jays roster and we're going to bring in players who are catchers. But you'll see from Dalton Varsho will count as a catcher. But he's going to be a really good outfielder for us. The rule is a guy has to have a catcher position rating here to be on our roster. You will see that there are guys out there who have like good catcher ability, catcher arm, etc., but they haven't played catcher in a while, or the game for some reason just doesn't have a catcher position rating for them. Those guys aren't eligible. And when we make the trade, say we trade for a guy who has a catcher rating, but he's also can play shortstop, then we're going to trade our shortstop for him. So we're going to trade Bo Bichette. See, I said Bichette. All you people who hear me say Bouchette, it's Bichette. Shout out to the out of the park 21 or 22 comments. So let's just get into it. I think we'll go to the player list here, and we'll go. We've got batters here. We'll just go so it's catchers. And so, Kiner Falefa, does he still have a catcher rating? Oh, he does. That's convenient because he can come in and be a really good infielder for us. So we'll go here. We're in commish mode, obviously. And he's a shortstop. So congrats to the New York Yankees. They're about to get Bo Bichette for Kiner Falefa. Where are you, Bo? Oh, Bo's all the way down here. Okay. And we're going to force this trade. Yeah, Cashman is like, yup. And our assistant GM is like, dude, I don't know about this. Well, guess what? I do know about this. There it is. So our shortstop is here. Kiner Falefa. Well, he'll play middle infield. We'll see what else happens. Kyle Farmer, does he have a catcher rating? He does. And he could probably be, I think, our second baseman. He's listed here as a third baseman, so should we trade our third baseman for him? Maybe that's what we should do. We're going to accept the risk there. Thank you, McAfee. We're going to go ahead and trade for player. I guess to keep it consistent, we'll trade third baseman for him. So congrats to the Minnesota Twins on acquiring Matt Chapman. Again, Twins are on board. My assistant GM is not. So we'll go ahead and complete this trade. We've got Kyle Farmer on board now. Now, before we go too much further, I think we need to make a really obvious trade. Because one of Williams' requests is, there are so many good young catchers in the game that we should get them all on the same team. So, obviously, we're going to go out and we're going to bring in Dadley Rutschman. And he's going to be our first baseman, I suppose, huh? So we're going to bring in Dadley, trade for player, and congrats to the Baltimore Orioles, or condolences, actually. Invalid trade. Yeah, well, it's not invalid if I can force it. Boom. So we've now got Guerrero for Rutschman. Let's go ahead and see if we I want all batters. Organization. Did Rutschman just did the Rutschman trade not go through? Hold on. All right. Active roster. Where's Adley? He's not here. Adley Rutschman. Oh, he's on our Florida Gulf Coast team, of course. We're going to promote him to Toronto. So let's just see, so far. Let's ask manager for all lineups. So he's got Rutschman at catcher, Varsho's out here, kind of Fluffo and Farmer are in the infield. So we've got some more work to do. So we need to trade more guys. Let's bring in another really good young catcher. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong thing here. Like Jonah Heim, probably a little bit underrated in this game. Well, not underrated, but he hadn't had his full breakout yet. But he could play some outfield for us. Like he's going to play in a corner probably. So let's go ahead and trade a corner outfielder for Jonah Heim. Let's see. Kevin Biggio for Jonah Heim? Sure. Yeah, let's do that. And then I think we also are going to need, we're going to need to get rid of Brandon Belt so he stops playing first base. So we're here under, yeah, I keep going to the free agents on accident. Sorry about that. Let's see. Who do we want next? I mean, Cal Raleigh is a pretty good youngish catcher. Got Danny Jansen, Shea Langoliers. We can call in Marchand. Joey Bart. Let's sort by age here. Oh, we could bring back Gabriel Moreno for sure. Yeah, we got to bring him back to the Jays. Where's he gonna play? Let's trade him for Brandon Belt because he's maybe like a first baseman. So let's trade Moreno for Belt. So sorry about it, Diamondbacks. Some teams are winners, some teams are losers here. You're gonna be a loser here. Force the trade. All right, so we've got. We're covering, kind of trying to cover like, okay, let's bring in some guys who can play positions and also bringing in some of the good young catching talent in the game. I think maybe Cal Raleigh should come in. Kimisano maybe. Oh, Diaz really hadn't broken out yet, but we could definitely bring in Yanir Diaz, who is now an exciting young catcher in the game. Now, what's he going to be? What are we going to call him a third baseman because of this 50 arm or an outfielder because of his 35 range? Let's see. Let's trade him for who should we trade to the Astros? Let's trade Well, we don't have a third baseman, so we'll trade a corner outfielder. Or no, we'll trade an outfielder. We'll trade Kiermaier. We're not going to give Springer. Well, no. Should we give Springer back? Yeah, let's just give Springer back to the Astros. Here, you guys can have him back. We just want your catcher. That's all we need. Thank you. Let's see what we're looking like now. He's trying so hard not to play the catchers at different positions. So we've got Varsho in here, Kiermaier. Oh, wait, sorry. I haven't added all the guys. So we're just doing this on the fly. It's just kind of like a fun video. So I apologize for the... do we have... So we have guys back at the Gulf Coast League? All right, that's fine. So Yanir Diaz is probably down there. Yeah. Promote to Toronto. Is Moreno. Yeah. All right. Promote to Toronto. How about Jonah Heim? Also in Rookie League. Could just leave all these guys in Rookie League for a season. Just lock them there and see what happens. That would also be fun. And we already added Dadley, right? Yeah. We did that last time. Okay, so let's go here now and set our lineups. So I've got Rutschman, Merrifield, Espinal, Farmer. Okay, so he's still really resistant. So we're going to need to trade Whit Merrifield for a guy who can play some infield. So let's get him out of here. So infield range. We got it on all catchers. We've already got these guys. Austin Nola. Yeah, let's trade Merrifield for Nola. Where are you, Whit? So both GMs think we're slightly winning this trade. Cool. Let's go ahead and put Nola up. Oh, is he already here? Oh, sorry. Wait, where is he? Oh, he's here. He's already on the 40-man? No. Okay, never mind. Sorry. All right, we're going to put him there, put him on the 40-man. I guess I could have just all done that in one swoop. And let's see if that does anything. So Austin Nola is now in at first base. Okay. So we still need to get rid of who? We still need to get rid of Espinal. So we need to find another infielder, maybe. Let's just see what's out there. I know there's a quicker way to get to the player list, but that's just my habit way of doing it. Austin Barnes, where can he play? He's only second base. Taylor Ward, does he have a catcher rating? Oh, okay. All right, so let's trade Taylor Ward, bring him in. Actually, you know what? He's like too good. Let's try to get more real catchers. MJ Melendez is like a real catcher who's also he's fits the young guy, young stud catcher, but he's also not really a catcher anymore in real life. But we're gonna trade for him. What do we have? So we'll trade Kiermaier for him. But I also want to just like bring in some guys who are catchers and only catchers to like really make the AI lose its mind. Let's bring in Sean Murphy, who can only play catcher and is an absolute stud. And you know, with apologies to the Braves, we're gonna rip them off here. Force this trade. Boom. And then let's make sure these guys go on our roster. Okay, so it's not doing the Rookie League. It's doing Rookie League for some guys, and some guys are designated for assignment. So we are gonna... Oh, I see. We're full up here. So we gotta do some work here. Sean Murphy, active roster. And then we'll go to the Rookie League and find Melendez. He's here. Active roster. And then let's see what our lineups look like now. So Murphy, Rutschman's pushed to first base, Nola at second, Farmer, Kiner-Falefa, Melendez, Varsho. So we still need to get Lopez out of here. Anybody else? Is Lopez the only guy left that we need to get out of here, I think? Yeah. The rest of these are catchers. So I think we'll trade Lopez for like a real catcher just to make it even more confusing to the AI. I think that's more fun if we have some guys who can't as many guys as possible who can't play other positions. So let's go get a catcher who can't play other positions. Where's Reese McGuire in this game? He's in Boston. I mean, as a former, yeah, this is a fun one because he's, you know, coming back to Toronto. Or we could do Cal Raleigh. Yeah, let's do Cal. What's his ratings? Yeah, he's going to be terrible somewhere. Like, he has an arm and everything. But let's trade for him. And we're going to put Otto Lopez in that deal. And we're going to force that trade. And then we're going to make sure Cal is on our thing. Yeah, I don't know why it's like some weird stuff here, but hey, that's what happens when you just record. This is basically like a live video that I'm recording, is essentially what we're doing here. It's like a Twitch stream. So not all the kinks are worked out, and that's okay. All right, so everybody should be here now. So let's see what it looks like. So against TH, we have Murphy, Rutschman, Nola at second, Farmer, Kiner-Falefa, Melendez, Varsho, Kirk in right field. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think Kirk in right field, honestly, like I kind of like that, and I kind of want more of that on the team. So maybe, I mean, Jonah Heim is like a backup left fielder is awesome. Kiner-Falefa, backup center fielder is great. So actually, it's going to be a disaster because guys will need days off, and guys will play. What are we doing against lefties? Same thing, yeah, same lineup. I mean, the lineup isn't like terrible. The lineup's decent, but there's going to be. I almost like want to trade Dalton Varsho. He's like too good of a center fielder because then you force Melendez to center field and force like somebody bad into left field. But then the team's just going to get rocked. You know, so it would. I don't know. This might be the team. Let me dig around some more. I'll cut here, dig around some more, and then we'll get to opening day. But I think this is a pretty fun team as it is. But we'll take a look to see if there's something we can do to make it kind of even more ridiculous. All right, so we're up to opening day. I decided not to make any more changes. I think this is a pretty catcher-centric roster. You know, it's pretty decent because of, well, I don't know. I think this team isn't good, but it's not going to be a total disaster. We're not going to win like 20 games because we have some of these dudes, like I'm flipping through, who can competently play other positions. But, you know, Alejandro Kirk is our starting right fielder. You know, we don't, when guys need days off, nobody's going to get hurt because we don't want that. Now, it would be, you know, I could see having like 6 or 7 guys in the minors who are catchers too, and you have to call them up when somebody gets hurt. But we're just going to go with no injuries. That's the decision I went with, and I'm going to stick with it. But we're up to opening day, and just to show you what the preseason prediction sim predicted for 74 and 88, 671 runs scored. Okay, that's pretty low compared to the rest of the teams. You can only see a couple teams below us. And 772 against, wow, the O's, bad pitching. 784, yeah, so there are like 3 teams below us there. So we're going to be one of the worst teams in the American League by a lot of measures, is what this says. Although, National League, there are several teams who are supposed to be worse than us win-loss-wise. The Nationals, Marlins, Rockies. But, you know, we're going to play the Cardinals here on opening day. Let's just see what happens. We can do that. Oh, gosh, what? Toronto Blue Jays are over the roster limit. Oh, we've got to get rid of somebody. Okay, sure. We can do that. We have too many pitchers. So, I don't know. No, Miza? Here, I really have not familiarized myself with how out of the park rates the Blue Jays 2023 starting pitcher. Okay, Trent Thornton seems like a pretty easy. Oh, and he's got an option here? Yeah, okay. Thornton can go down. Enjoy yourself in Buffalo. All right, now let's see how this catcher team does. We won 6-3. Look at that. We're gonna go undefeated. So yeah, we come back win. We got a home run from our catcher, Sean Murphy, our actual catcher. Everybody here played their positions. There were no subs. Alejandro Kirk out in right field doing things. What's his zone rating from one game? Positive zone rating. He had a put out on his one chance. Gold Glove? Anybody smelling Gold Glove for Kirk? Gossman pitched really well. So hey, I think that means absolutely nothing. We'll probably still be a pretty bad team. We're going to get the monthly autosave here. We'll see what this opening series is like against the Cardinals and then jump ahead probably to like the All-Star break. Ooh, heartbreaker here. We lose 3-2. We came out to a 2-0 lead and then 6th and 7th inning. Kirk, Jonah Heim pinch hit. We got him, but he did not get in the field. Kirk played right field again, went 2 for 3. Manoah pitched well. What's Kirk's fielding look like right now? Wow, 5 chances, 5 putouts. Yeah, okay, the zone rating plummeted a bit. Yeah, okay. Let's see what the last game of this series is like. 4-0 shutout with right fielder Alejandro Kirk out there. Looks like the lineup was the same here, I think. Bassett 7 2/3 strong. Jack Flaherty, Orioles legend Jack Flaherty, did okay, not great. And yeah, so we're 2-1. We've got this team that's going to struggle. We're already 13th in the AL in zone rating, but our pitching is doing things so far. We're not hitting yet, but hey, Dadley Rutschman is going to wake up. And what can go wrong when you have Danny Jansen as your number 4 hole hitter? Huh? What can go wrong? Kiner Falefa as your 2-hole hitter? What could possibly go wrong? So I think maybe I'll go up to the All-Star break or something here, and we'll just see what's going on at that point. And hopefully like the AI doesn't decide to do something weird like that I'm not anticipating. Like I have injuries off, I have me in charge of controlling the roster, so I think like this will just be our lineup. But hopefully nothing wonky will happen with that. But let's go ahead and see where this team is when we get up to the All-Star break. we're now up to the All-Star break, July 11th, 2023, and our team sucks. We're 35-56. Our run differential is 76 below zero. But our Pythagorean says we should be at 38 wins. So maybe here we come. We're bad against lefties. We're real bad against lefties. We're not good against righties. 1-run game record sucks. We're just not a good team, which you might imagine would be the case if he made a team entirely made of catchers. Dalton Varsho is leading the league leading the team, in WAR with 2.9 and a 111 WRC plus, pretty solid from him. And Sean Murphy is really good defensively, but sucks at the plate. Nola has a negative 7.1 zone rating, but is somehow a positive WAR player. Do you need me to stop recording? My wife does not need me to stop recording. Or do you need to go get her, or she's okay? Okay, cool. All right. The baby might be waking up. What time is it? 8:22 p.m. You gotta sleep till tomorrow, baby. Anyways, Danny Jansen is doing well. Adley Rutschman is doing all right. Alejandro Kirk, despite a negative 4.4 zone rating. Negative 7.3 zone rating. Still has 0.5 WAR because he's hitting the ball okay. So where does this team suck? Well, after that it gets bad. Farmer hasn't been good. Kiner Flefa's been really bad. Even his zone rating is negative, which is surprising. These dudes are hardly playing. Raleigh, Moreno, Diaz are getting squeezed by the roster construction. Jonah Heim has just been terrible, even behind the dish. And then MJ Melendez, on pace to be worth negative 1.5. You can see our offense. We're 11th in runs scored. We are 12th in runs allowed. Our starter ERA is okay. Our zone rating is actually not the worst. The Red Sox are worse than us somehow. But yeah, we were 14-13 in April. Things were looking okay. And then all of a sudden the wheels just fell off in May, and they have not been put back on yet. Pitching hasn't been great. You can see Richards, Bass, Barrios, all just doing poorly. Simber. And it's maybe I need guys who strike out more, etc., who get more strikeouts to keep the ball, or at least maybe fly ball pitchers even to keep the ball off the ground. But there's not a consistency to who's doing well. Richards, 12.4 strikeouts per 9. The BABIP is 426. He's given up way too many home runs. But maybe there's something here. I don't just want to sim totally. I think I want to try to upgrade the pitching staff. And maybe we can go 500 the rest of the way. So we're 21 games below 500 right now. Maybe if we make some upgrades and maybe we trade a catcher for a catcher, perhaps we can finish the season 21 games under 500. So I'm going to just see what we can do between now and the trade deadline. Of course, we'll make pitcher trades. And any hitter trades that we make will be a catcher for catcher trade because we're a team of all catchers. But maybe we need a different catcher in left field than MJ Melendez, or maybe we need a different backup catcher. It's really funny that Jonah Heim has been just unplayably bad for 203 plate appearances, and he's getting those at bats as a backup catcher. Maybe it's time to give one of your other 12 catchers. Well, I guess if you take Murphy out of it, one of your other 11 catchers. A shot here at getting some at bats as your backup catcher. But anyways, guess we can't expect too much from our manager here. Let's see if I could just mess around and do a couple things with the trade deadline that makes this team a little bit better, and then I'll catch you up on what I do. So we're still July 11th here, but I made several trades. Let's go through them. I traded minor league pitcher Ben Baggett for major league catcher Eric Haas. Haas, I just saw, he could possibly play the outfield, and he was hitting the ball decently in limited action this season. And I just asked Detroit what they wanted for him, and this was one of the guys that they said they would take, a 27-year-old minor leaguer who has no future as a major leaguer. Cool, I'm in. So since we traded a pitcher for a catcher, we then needed to trade a catcher for a pitcher. So we shipped Jonah Heim to Houston, and we got Ryan Presley. Sorry, Astros fans, but you got George Springer, right? I think I sent Springer there earlier. And then so Then we traded Jose Barrios, retaining 100% of this contract of his. And we got Carson Kelly. Why do we get Carson Kelly? Just because he can play a bunch of places and he's a catcher. That's why. It's as simple as that. I then shopped Yanir Diaz around, and the Mets were willing to give me Justin Verlander just because, like, that's how out of the park works with contracts like this. You know, they'll just look to get out from under those contracts. And I thought, well, if we need the best young catchers in the game, then we need Francisco Alvarez on this squad. So I threw in Cal Raleigh, and they were like, no way. So I just forced the trade. All these other trades I think were actually trades they were making. I can't remember the Barrios for Kelly one, if I forced that one or not. But this was a definite forced trade. They were not into giving up Francisco Alvarez, even though they were quote-unquote dumping Verlander's salary. So what does the team look like now? On the pitching side of things, Verlander comes into the rotation as the number 2 starter, replaces Barrios, so I think it was like 4th or 5th. Presley comes in as the closer, so that's changes there. Lineups, the new guys haven't really cycled in. I mean, Carson Kelly's now in a lot of backup roles, which would be good. Just if he can be a little bit better than Jonah Heim, that would be a plus. Eric Haas is backup left fielder, but like you see, Francisco Alvarez is nowhere in this lineup, and that I would prefer if he were playing some, but oh well. So at this point, I'm just going to sim to the end of the season. We're going to see, can we finish the rest of the season 500 or better? Can we finish 21 games under 500 or better? So let's go ahead and see how this new look Blue Jays, which is really like the same Blue Jays with 2 new pitchers and some better bench guys, see how they finish out this season. We did not go 500 the rest of the way. We ended up 66 and 96, a solid 30 games under 500. Worst record in the American League. Over on the National League side, I guess the Nats, the Marlins, and the Rockies were worse than us. So 4th worst record in MLB. We actually, like, the rest of July, August was we were a game above 500. It was like, great, maybe we can hit our goal. October, we were a game above 500 too. And then we went 8-19 in September. We had some crazy losing streak. I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, 1, 2, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We lost 18 of 19 between September 4th and September 24th. Other than that, man, if you take out the period of time here where we went 1-18, our second half was excellent. You know? Hey, if you I don't know, there's some other analogies you can make with that. But yeah, anyways, it was bad. We finished 9th in runs scored, which isn't terrible. 15th in runs allowed, which is last in the league. Driven by the 15th in zone rating, defensive efficiency, and our BABIP was last in the league too. We just, we couldn't field. It was zone rating wise, Kirk was a disaster out in right field. Nola was bad. Was he second base? Yeah. Farmer wasn't good. Melendez wasn't good. I would say one major bummer was Kiner-Falefa, negative 4.1 zone rating. At shortstop with that 65 range, 65 arm, starting to question that. Although OSA has him even higher with a higher arm. But yeah, 55 WRC plus, and that defense, that's just not going to get the job done. Now, some of that, should point out, I guess some of that was in center field. At shortstop, he was a negative 3.2 in 147 games, but just not good. Hitting wise, Francisco Alvarez was a beast, but he just didn't play enough for us. He got 40 plate appearances at a 135 WRC plus. Eric Haas, again, 33 plate appearances, 229 WRC plus. These guys that I brought in hit the ball, but my manager was not playing them. Danny Jansen had a nice season. Dalton Varsho was, our best player in terms of WAR, 3.9 WAR, 113 WRC plus. Put up a 7.7 zone rating in center field. Kirk was good with the bat. At least Rutschman was fine. Nola was all right, but yeah. And then Kiner-Falefa, obviously bad. Not a good season from Sean Murphy, although he was good behind the plate. So he has a 2.6 WAR, but just an 85 WRC plus. Do we care about the pitchers on this team? I guess kind of. Verlander, once he came over, pitched well, 3.61 ERA, FIP at 3.44, 92 and a third innings, 2.3 WAR. Gossman had a really nice season for us. 9 Ks per 9, and the ERA and FIP were both better than league average, 5.7 WAR. Presley, what did he do? Yeah, so his ERA was terrible, 5.35, but his FIP and SIERA, you can see, were much better. But yeah, prone to the home run ball and also bad BABIP once he came over. Let's see. Anybody else that we care about looking at here? I don't know that there is. There's just some dudes. You Blue Jays fans. William probably cares about this, so maybe we should look at a couple. Eric Swanson, bad season. 6.66 ERA, 5.02 ERA. Probably should have DFA'd him. Trevor Richards, bad season. Probably should have DFA'd him. Home run ball was killing him. Romano was pretty good. Anthony Bass had a 7.92 ERA and 55 2/3 innings. His FIP wasn't much better. He got BABIP'd a little bit. The home runs per 9 were insane. Yeah, some of these guys I probably should have DFA'd and brought in different bullpen arms, but I did not do that. Kikuchi, not good. Ryu came back at the end of the year and was bad. But what was it? 3.1 home runs per 9 and 14 2/3 innings. That'll do it. Other places, Vlad Guerrero absolutely destroyed it for the O's. 169 WRC plus 6.4 WAR. Gunnar also was awesome with 6.7 WAR. The O's had the second best offense in the AL in runs scored, but their pitching was 14th in runs allowed, just 14th. Thus, their defense was bad. For some reason, Cole Irvin was their number 2 starter. Grayson Rodriguez didn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, not great from the Orioles pitching staff. Trevor Williams they brought in, I guess at the deadline, and he did not do anything. Were the O's in the hunt and then folded, kind of? Yeah, they were 4 games below 5. Yeah, they're all right. Who were some other guys that we traded that were interesting? We did trade Matt Chapman to the who did we trade him to again? Traded him to the Twins, who won 18 games in a row to end the season. And Chapman was league average with the bat, league average with WAR. There were some other good, fun players that we traded. Who do we trade for Sean Murphy? Oh, Espinal. Oh, he had a solid season. 3.6 WAR. Wow. Nola, who did we trade for him? Whit Merrifield. He didn't do anything. Didn't we... Didn't I trade? Yeah, I traded Springer back to the Astros. Oh, he had a great return. 3.8 WAR, 134 WRC plus. Congrats to the Astros for getting him back. Oh, and they had Jonah Heim, too, that they got from us, and he wasn't good for them either. That was the Presley trade. Was there anybody else? I don't know. I mean, there are other guys I can go through. Let me just look at this. Melendez. Who do we give up for Melendez? Kiermaier. Very Kiermaier season. Better with the bat than I would have anticipated, for sure. Alejandro Kirk was ours, of course. Kiner Falefa. Who did we send to the Yankees? Bo Bichette. That's right. This is a big one. Yeah, I knew there was one guy I was forgetting. Wow, Bichette was bad. 99 WRC plus 0.9 WAR. They still got the better of that trade, but not by the amount I expected. And then Farmer, we'll check him. Who do we... Oh, that was the Chapman trade. Right. So, yeah. So, this is how it goes if you make a team entirely of catchers. I think if we had done better in right field than Kirk, that would have helped a lot, obviously. But the Kiner Falefa deal, I mean, that really hurts. And I don't think there's another guy who you could plug in at shortstop who's also a catcher, who has this catcher pitching rating or position rating. So that's going to be tough to overcome. But I think Kirk and Nola here at second base, those hurt a lot. And we just didn't have anybody like crush it with the bat. You know, I mean, Alvarez and Haas were part-time players, and then Jansen was good, Varsho was good, Kirk, Rutschman were all right. So, yeah, all in all, I expected us to be a little... So when I got this idea from William, I thought the team would be a disaster. But then when I started thinking through how I'd implement it, I thought it would be a better team than this. I did think it would be a better team than this, but it wasn't. We sucked. Our defense was terrible, so therefore our pitching was terrible, and our offense was just kind of okay. But... that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with some more, video every couple weeks or something for now. Got another idea brewing for one in a couple weeks, or maybe sooner if I record it sooner. But yeah, I think January and February here of 2024 we'll have fewer videos up, but still have videos up, and we'll have some stuff posted over the Patreon page too. And then as the new game comes out, probably back to more regular stuff. But that wraps the Blue Jays catcher experiment. Thank you for watching, and